Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to ICC Softball. Playing here today against Shelton State this afternoon. We'll take you to the field for the opening lineups and the national anthem.
Kaylin Lynch. Batting sixth is second baseman number 20, Ella Duhan. Batting seventh is designated pitcher number 30, Ann Thomas Liu. Batting eighth is third baseman number 17, Taylor Shan. Batting ninth is center field number 1, Elena Dossie. And pitching for the Indians is number 14, Ramsey Montgomery. The Indians are coached by Carson Owens and he was assisted by Madison Munson. At this time, we ask that you please rise, and gentlemen, please remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Once again, we welcome you in to Fulton, Mississippi on the campus of Itawamba Community College for today's matchup between the 17-1 ICC Indians and the visiting 7-5 Shelton State team. I am Michael Upton here in the ICC Alumni and Foundation broadcasting booth. I'm joined by the legendary coach Andy Kirk. What do you think about today's matchup, Coach?
Could be one of our toughest battles of the year so far, Michael. It's definitely for a home game. It is. Shelton comes in with a record of 7-5. They're coached by Caitlin Griffin. This is her fourth year there. She believes this is the best team she's had. 5 of their losses have come to one of the best teams in our conference, and the other 2 have been really close. I think one of them they only gave up 4 hits the whole game, but all 4 of them were home runs. But talking to Coach Owens before the game, he said they got 2 really good arms in a circle and they swing it well, so it's going to be a battle here for the Indians.
Indeed, it's great to have a good matchup to test you early in the year before you enter conference play, which will start just around the corner. Not this coming weekend, but the next one. ICC will begin conference matchup. And you're right, we'll talk throughout today about the fantastic two arms that ICC has and where they rank early in the season. But as the first batter comes at the plate, Coach, what do you think are the Bank of Okolona keys to victory for today?
It's going to be kind of what we preached all year, Michael. You know, we've got to be strong in that circle. We got Ramsey Montgomery going here today, and we got to keep from giving up that crooked number. If they do score, they only get to go score one each inning. But, yeah, it's going to be pitching and defense and timely hitting again.
And those are your Bank Okolona keys to victory. As Coach mentioned, this is Ramsey Montgomery in the circle for ICC. She steps up, delivers. That first pitch fouled off there. This is Layla Bradshaw, center fielder for the visiting Shelton State team. We'll give you the full lineups between the top and the bottom of the first inning.
I have first pitch at 12:56.
Thank you. That is another ball fouled off in the net there for strike two. That is at what time, Coach? Thank you for that.
12:56, sir.
12:56 p.m. Guarantee Bank first pitch.
Yeah, Layla Bradshaw comes in hitting .357 on the season with 10 hits, a couple RBIs, but she's a table setter. She's got more walks and strikeouts.
Looks at one on the outside corner there. Runs the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Montgomery leading both ICC, the MACCC, and even the NJCA Division II in a lot of categories. We'll look at her stats here in just a minute. She sets to deliver. That one high and outside, evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You're exactly right. Ramsey Montgomery comes in first in NJCAA Division II strikeouts with 66 on the season already coming into today's action.
That one in there just off. A home crowd not liking it. Think she had caught that corner. But now after getting ahead 0-2, Bradshaw has battled back here and drawn a full count. So 3-2 to the leadoff batter. We'll see what Montgomery can come up with. Gets her to pop one up here. Shortstop rolls out. It's going to hit fair and cuts over. That's going to be a leadoff bloop single for Bradshaw.
That is hitting them where they're not, Michael. I mean, that's perfect placement. You couldn't throw or hit a Jim Ingram sandwich any better than that ball. I mean, that's right inside the line. And, I mean, in no man's land, none of the third base, shortstop, or left field could get to that ball.
So Snell makes an effort but can't quite get there. So now with no outs, Shelton has a runner on first, and this is Anna Valentine, the right fielder, steps to the plate. She gets the outside corner pitch there for strike 1 from Ramsey.
Anna comes in hitting .462 on the season with 12 hits, a double, 5 RBIs, and she has 8 base on balls, just 2 strikeouts. So very patient at the plate as the number 2 hitter.
The 0-1 pitch gets it right down the middle there, but not going to get the call. Umpire's going to call that one up. Now there's time called.
They're going to give him the appeal to the umpire out in the field to see if she checked her swing. I think he's understand. All right.
Not sure he was paying attention, to be honest. I mean, not being critical, but I don't know if he was looking for that from that position.
It was kind of a delay there, too.
Yeah, based on his delay to respond. So the count goes 1-1 to Valentine. Bradshaw on first. She squares bunt, pops it back foul. So now 1 ball and 2 strikes to the number 2 batter, Valentine.
Showing bunt right there, trying to get a runner in scoring position. I believe with talking to both these coaches of pitching, we're going to see in the circle today, we're going to see a lot of what you consider small ball, trying to move people over and get them in scoring position because runs could be at a premium today.
Gets her to pop one back up right into your living room. So off the net there for another foul ball.
A few more things about Ramsey Montgomery so far on the season. She's 3rd in the country in ERA with just a 1.03, so not a lot of earned runs getting across against her so far this season.
So the 1-2 pitch again, this time on the outside corner, gets her looking for her first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day.
Excellent curveball there on the outside part of the plate. Umpire's been a little tight here to start the game out, and you going to throw it over the plate, and she did.
So now 1 out, runner on first for Shelton. This will bring Chloe Mitchell, the first baseman, to the plate. Ramsey sets to deliver to her. That one in that corner she was looking for earlier gets ahead of her, strike 1.
Chloe Mitchell comes in. She is the batter that you got to watch out for, batting .405 on the season with 2 doubles, 4 home runs, leading the team in home runs and 15 RBIs.
She swings through and misses there on the second pitch. So now Ramsey gets ahead of her quickly, 0-2.
As a freshman, Mitchell was an all-ACCC selection, so coming back for her sophomore season here.
Obviously, that helps to come in and lead the team the sophomore year. That pitch on the outside can't get her to chase. So now 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out.
Nice 0-2 pitch there by Ramsey. Ramsey's also tied for second with 6 wins on this young season.
The 1-2 pitch. Swings on, lifts this one high. Shands is going to try to make a play in foul territory, but it's going to drift out and just misses a fan there in the causeway. So the count will remain 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the first.
I don't believe our viewers could see, but that would have been a bad day walking up to the field where that ball was straight up and just landed straight. And luckily, he missed him to the side.
He saw the players running toward the net, and so he turned his head just in time. The pitch gets her swinging on the outside. That's a back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeout for Ramsey Montgomery. And now 2 down here in the top of the first.
Ramsey is spot on right now. She's throwing that hard curveball and then throwing that rise ball up.
This will bring up Ty Williams, the third baseman, in the cleanup spot for Shelton State. She looks at the first pitch in the corner for a strike. Went after with speed there, Coach.
Ty Williams is coming in as another sophomore, batting .321 on the season. She has 2 doubles, 2 home runs, 6 RBI, so very nice compliment to Mitchell, who just batted in front of her as a cleanup hitter.
The 0-1 pitch tries to go that outside corner. That one drips in a little low. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. So runner on first here in the top of the first for game 1. No score yet between ICC and Shelton State.
Really surprised we have not seen the runner in motion yet from first base.
That one swung on, popped up back. It's going to go way back here toward, hits just on top of us, I believe, here in the ICC Alumni and Foundation broadcast booth.
Sure did. That was loud, too. I don't know if you heard it
with
our mic outside, but yeah.
I was looking for it to come back over toward the Brad Boggs pickleball courts, but it landed square on top of us. So now 1-2 count again. Gets that outside corner, gets her looking. After giving up the leadoff single, Montgomery finishes the inning with 1, 2, 3 strikeouts. So we'll stay here for just a second and bring you your Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups. Let's start, Coach, with the visiting Shelton State team.
Yes, Shelton State Bucks. They're Buccaneers, but we're going to shorten it for Bucks since that's what on the front of their jerseys. Coming over from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, we saw the first 4 batters of the game, but we'll repeat those. Number 12, Layla Bradshaw, the center fielder. Number 10, Anna Valentine's playing right field. Shortstop, number 55, Chloe Mitchell, the first baseman, is batting in the 3-hole. Cleanup, number 2, Ty Williams, the third baseman. Batters we have not seen yet, number 7, Layla Watkins, the left fielder. 6 holes, number 6, Megan Wilbanks, the second baseman. 7 spot, number 24, Carly Beth Beasley. We'll see her pitching here in the bottom of the first. 8 spot, number 5, Jamie Hawcutt, the shortstop. And 9 spot, number 3, Ari Shorter, the DP. And then number 19, Reagan Landrum is the catcher flex for the Bucks today.
So that's your starting lineup for the visiting Shelton State Bucks. Now we'll turn to the ICC lineup. Coca-Cola and ICC, that's a winning combination. And Coach Carson Owens, hope he has that same winning combination with his lineup here today. Go ahead, Coach.
Yes, the Indians come in with a 17-1 record, which is the best 18-game start to any season in the history of the program, modern-day records. Number 8, Victoria Fields, left fielder, leading us off. 27, Skylar Partlow in right field. 19, A.B. Marler at first base. 18, Grace Snell at shortstop. 22, Kaylin Lynch at catcher. Number 20, Ella Duhan, the second baseman. Number 30, Anna Luke Thomas, the DP. Number 17, Taylor Shands, third base. And the 9-hole, Elena Dossie, the center fielder. And we saw Ramsey Montgomery in the circle in the top of the first for the Indians.
Yes, Ramsey in the flex position. This is Victoria Fields, your left fielder for ICC. She swings to the first pitch offered. So she's got an 0-1 count here. That one high and away. She is facing Carrie Beth Beasley in the circle for Shelton. And, Coach, you have some stats on Beasley?
I do. Beasley comes in with a 3.14 ERA. She is a freshman.
There was a shot through the second base hole. That's going to be a leadoff out to the wall. Victoria Fields is going to turn. She's going to head for third, and she will have a stand-up triple.
I don't believe you can find a better start to the game with the ball that stays in the park, Michael. The only thing better is one that leaves the park, so we'll take a triple.
Indeed. You see why Fields is leading off, both her ability to smack the ball and her speed. I believe that she is leading in some categories in triples, and that's going to add to that. So this will bring up Skylar Partlow, the right fielder, to bat second with no outs and a man on third. ICC ready to strike out early.
You are correct on Fields. That is her third triple in the young season, which leads the team. Back to Beasley. She has 35 innings pitched, 40 hits, 39 strikeouts, 7 walks.
Partlow bunts, pops up, third baseman crashes in, is able to get underneath that one. So the bunt attempt does not go well, and the first out of ice for ICC.
I kind of stopped on the stats there because they have 12 runs with 16 earned runs, and that means somebody entered something correctly because there's no way you can have more earned runs than runs, but that does happen. Yes, Marler plate.
Here comes the dangerous A.B. Marler, first baseman to the plate for ICC. She looks at strike one on the upper inside corner, a little bit high for the crowd. But Marler leading this team in several statistics, and also leading the MACC as well. Just very productive so far. She'll look at an 0-1 count.
Yes, AB comes in leading the team with a .553 batting average. She's got 5 doubles, 6 home runs, 15 RBIs, 7 walks, and only 4 strikeouts on the young season. Trying to manufacture a run, get this runner in from third with 1 out.
She swings on the 1-1 pitch. It's up high. Gets a piece of it, fouls it back in the net. So she'll look at a 1-ball, 2-strike count. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. No score. ICC threatening with a runner on third after a leadoff triple by Victoria Fields. The 1-2 pitch. Strikes this one high. It's going to drift right out toward the batting cages. So the count remain 1 ball and 2 strikes.
AB's .553 batting average leads the state in batting average in the young season. She's 4th in hits with 26 and 4th in home runs with 6.
Marler drives one up to the shortstop. She grounds, looks at home, but throws to first.
That'll get a job done right there, Michael.
That's right. So the ground out 6-3, but an RBI for Marler to get the ICC on the board first. This brings up Grayson Snell, the shortstop for ICC.
This is a type game that, that 1 run could be it with these pitchers we got, but I'd like to see the Indians getting on the board first.
Snell chops one down to the first baseman. She'll pick it up, run over, touch the bag, and that'll end the first inning for the ICC Indians. But they grab a quick 1-0 lead. We'll take a quick break and come back in the second. Welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. We move to the top of the second inning. This inning brought to you by our friends at Renaissance Bank, the bank that cares about you. ICC able to capitalize on leadoff triple and by Victoria Fields. She was driven in by A.B. Marler to take a 1-0 lead here. This will bring number 7, Layla Watkins, a left fielder for Shelton State, to the plate to face Ramsey Montgomery. She recorded a 1-2-3 strikeout to end the first inning. She quickly works there for a strike on the outside corner.
Watkins comes in batting .269 on the season with 7 hits, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. She's tied for the team lead with 5 stolen bases on the season.
That one a little too far on the outside corner, evens the count 1-1. Clearly somebody you want to keep off the bases if she's leading the team in that category. So as a leadoff batter in this situation, Ramsey's going to work to make sure she doesn't have any opportunities to increase that stolen base lead. The 1-1 pitch gets her to swing at an inside one, just gets a piece of it, fouls it into the net. So count goes 1 ball and 2 strikes here in the top of the second.
Michael, I do have a quick shout out to Sarah Kate Thompson, one of our alumni's birthday today. She says,
Skate.
love to lead a leadoff triple, as she would know as she hit several in her career here.
Gets her to swing on the outside corner. Appeal to first base umpire. He agrees. So that is the 4th Renaissance Bank strikeout in a row for Ramsey.
4 in a row. And a tidbit on skate. She's down at Southeast Louisiana now as assistant coach. They're playing at Texas tonight and Oklahoma this weekend. They've been ranked for the first time in school history earlier this season.
That's great. Be a great opportunity for them as they face those good programs. So there's an inside pitch called strike 1 to Megan Wilbanks, the second baseman for Shelton.
Megan comes in hitting .429 on the season with 5 doubles, leading the team.
Ramsey prepares the 0-1 pitch to her. Swings at a high pitch that she fouls back into the net. Count goes 0-2. Real quickly, I got to share that Skate has my favorite ICC home run of all time. She got one, and it surprised her so much that it cleared the fence. Watching her face as she rounded the bases is one of the highlights of my time here with this program. That pitch on the outside for ball 1.
There's nobody who's been on this field had any more energy than Skate during her career, and still does. She loves the sport of softball and just a pleasure to be around.
So 1-2 pitch here to Wilbanks. That one outside corner, but not sure how much more she needed to catch that one compared to some that he's called earlier.
Yeah, that one was on that borderline. He's kind of opened up the strike zone just a little bit, but, just wasn't to his liking on that one.
So 2-2 count now to Wilbanks. That drives that one down the third base line. Shannon tries to reach for it, can't grab it in time. So that's going to be a 1-out single to left field for Wilbanks.
Great job of Fields getting over that ball down the line. That was hard hit down the line. She got it in quickly to hold it to a single. But I tell you what, impressive job there by Wilbanks. That rise ball was up and in after a few curveballs away, and she was able to get up on it and pull it down the line.
So now with 1 out and a runner on first, this will bring the pitcher for Shelton, Carly Beth Beasley, to the plate. She takes strike 1 on the outside corner.
Pitchers always love the opportunity to hit and to help themselves out. She comes in batting .235 on the season with a double, 4 RBIs, 4 walks with 4 strikeouts.
Always fun to see these pitcher versus pitcher matchups. So the 0-1 pitch. Little high maybe, but again, he, as you said a second ago, not super consistent on that corner. Leads to a 1-1 count here. Runner on first, 1 out for Shelton, trying to work to tie up this game early here in the top of the second. That pitch up and away. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Beasley, the pitcher.
Good battle right here. Like I said, all pitchers think they can hit. Some really can. So she's in the lineup. We know she can, but just have a chance to help her cause.
That pitch on the outside corner, very similar to the first one he called a ball. So now a 3-1 count. Probably the furthest, to my knowledge, this is the furthest behind that Montgomery's got to a batter so far. So we'll see what happens here. 3 balls and 1 strike. Swing and a miss there by Beasley. Runs it to a full count. I correct myself. The leadoff batter, Bradshaw, did have a full count before she singled to lead off the game. So now a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on first for Shelton. Montgomery set to deliver. Swing and a miss by Beasley. Pitcher strikes out pitcher, and Montgomery gets her 5th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game.
She is in a zone. They've got a couple of hits, 1 really good hit, 1 kind of a bloop hit, but man, the rest all strikeouts.
This brings up Hokett, the shortstop. She swings and misses 1, an off-speed pitch, 0-1 count.
That's the first time we've really seen her pull the string with a little changeup action there. Hawkett comes in hitting .250 with 1 double, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs.
She shows bunt, pulls her bat back. That pitch up and away off the glove of Lynch. That's going to allow Wilbanks to scamper on down to second.
And if we're mispronouncing Hawkett's name, we do apologize to anybody there with Shelton State. We did not get a pronunciation guide, and I speak Southern.
Indeed. The 1-1 pitch catches the corner for strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs here now.
The one thing you want, both these teams want, is you want every runner to have to earn every base. You don't like giving up that extra 60 feet, getting her in score position right here. Opportunity to tie the game up for the Bucks.
The 1-2 pitch. Makes contact, but drives it off into the net on the right side. Leaves the count 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs.
It's a nice job of hitting right there. That was a pitcher's pitch, and she fouled it off to have new life. But, yes, the Indians got to tighten up on defense right here and get this third out. So far, the defense hadn't had to do a whole lot besides field a couple of singles. It's been 5 strikeouts.
1-2 pitch. Drives this one high. Montgomery's going to try to call off everyone, and she does. Pop out to the pitcher for the third out and ends the threat here in the top of the second. We'll move to the bottom of the second. ICC leading 1-0. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to the action, ladies and gentlemen. ICC comes up to bat in the bottom of the second with a 1-0 lead over the visiting Shelton State Bucks. This is going to be the 5, 6, 7 spots for ICC. Lynch, Duhan, and Luke coming up to bat. This will be Kaylin Lynch catching here in game 1, coming to plate for ICC.
Lynch comes in second on the team with a .480 batting average. She's got 12 hits, one of those being a triple with 7 RBIs.
She watches a pitch on the outside for ball 1 from Beasley. ICC able to get a leadoff triple back in the first, and then from Fields before Marler drove her in. And there's another ball high and outside from Beasley for ball 2.
Yeah, Fields came in, that was her third triple. She was already 6th in the conference in triple, so that's going to move her up to probably first, tied for first, if not first by herself.
Foul 1 back into the screen by Lynch. So now 2 balls and 1 strike here.
Yeah, you can tell both these pitchers, Beasley on their side, Montgomery on our side, they're both filling up the strike zone right here. And this umpire's a little tight, making them throw it over the plate, so hitter's going to have a chance.
She drives this one, lifts it out into right field.
Be trouble.
Right fielder comes in, second baseman as well. Right fielder calls her off and makes the play. So that's a fly out to right field by Lynch.
That is a great job by the right fielder. I don't know, the first baseman definitely wouldn't get into it. Second baseman was headed that direction, but she was going to come up a little short. Right fielder Valentine did an excellent job getting to that ball.
So this brings Ella Duhan to the plate for ICC, the hard-hitting second baseman sophomore. She watches strike 1 go right down the middle.
Ella's off to a great sophomore season, batting .350 on the season with 14 hits, 6 of those doubles, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs, 6 for 7 stolen bases.
The ball also finds her a lot too, Coach. She tends to lead. I think she's leading this team in hit by pitches.
She is. She's got 4 hit by pitches on the season. You are correct there.
So she takes time, steps back in now. 0-1 count here to Duhan. That ball was some nice movement, but umpire says it's way off.
I'm going to tell you, that was a changeup one. Well, I used to call it a little old school changeup. She does a little slap of her leg right there. It takes a lot of speed off. That ball was diving inside. I don't know how she kept from swinging at it.
So the 1-1, she fires that one down hits the ICC dugout. Bullpen, kicks back into field to play, but now 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the second for ICC.
After seeing that slow changeup like that screwball inside looked like it was coming about 75 right there. Wow. She was a little tardy on it, hit down the line, but now she's seen both of them. She's going to adjust with 2 strikes.
The 1-2 pitch.
Tough.
Gibson lifts this one just over the reaching shortstop into left field, and so that's a 1-out single for Duhan, ICC's second hit of the day.
Excellent job of adjusting right there. 2-strike approach as we've seen the Indians with all year, just to fight that ball off and get it into the grass.
You called it, Coach. Good. You said she'd have to adjust, and she did just that. So now Duhan standing on first. This will bring up Ann Thomas Luke, the freshman who is the designated player in this game today. She swings on first pitch, fouls it back sharply back toward the basketball courts. So 0-1 count to Luke.
Yes, Ann Thomas comes in hitting .350 on the young season with 1 double, 3 home runs so far.
That one inside, she lays off of it. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Got a special shout out to my beautiful wife, Dana, former team mom for 11 years here with ICC. She's watching the action today at home.
Luke swings big through that pitch as it drifts high. So now 1 ball, 2 strike count to the designated pitcher, Luke, a designated player, Luke.
One thing about Ann Thomas is she's in scoring position in that batter's box.
That one drifts high, bounces off the catcher's glove, and Duhan will scamper down to second easily on the pass ball.
Just like in the top half of the second, you know, we had a little ball bounce off our catcher and got in scoring position, but we got 1 out right here, so we'll take every 60 feet they'll give us.
ICC looking to add to their lead with a runner in scoring position now, and only 1 out here in the bottom of the second. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Luke. She swings through and misses on that one, and that is the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Beasley.
Big strikeout there for Beasley with the runner in scoring position and the power that Ann Thomas has. Now we're going to have a 2-out golden hit right here to try to get that RBI.
2-out hitting can be key for any team. What can they do with it? This brings up Taylor Shands, the hard-hitting third baseman. She looks at ball 1.
Shands coming in her sophomore season, got off to a little slow start. She's over 300 now at 308. 12 hits, 2 doubles, 5 home runs right there. She hit 10 as a freshman last year.
She slaps one, rolls slow. The second baseman, she bobbles it. It's going to go, and then Duhan will come around to score easily. So the E4 not only allows Shands to reach safely, but allows ICC to add an insurance run here. When we talk about insurance runs, we talk about your Itawamba County State Farm agent, Brandon Poland. Make sure you see him on South Adams Street for all your insurance needs.
That is one thing I had not gotten to yet was how good Shelton State had played defense so far. In their 12 games, Michael, they've only had 11 errors. So that is not something that they're used to seeing. But I'm going to tell you what, that ball kind of came off the bat funny. It looked like it had a lot of spin to it, to the second baseman.
So that's the first pitch ball to Elena Dossi, the center fielder, batting in the 9 spot here for ICC. A lot of speed from this freshman. She has good plate discipline, gets on and gets around. That one outside as well. 2 balls and no strikes here to Dossi.
Duhan scoring from second base is nothing unusual with Coach Owens, as aggressive he is at the third base coach's box of sending her right there. And it was going to make the second baseman make a perfect throw to get her out. So I like the aggressiveness shown by the Indians.
Absolutely. Runner moving on 2 outs anyway. So that ball, third straight pitch on that outside corner. But as I mentioned, Dossi has shown great plate discipline so far this season, and she's not going to chase those. So
she does.
3-0 count now.
She leads the team with 8 walks on the season.
Shows bunt, pulls back. That one catches a corner for a strike.
And that's what you want from what you call your second leadoff hitter, batting in that 9 hole. And we saw what Fields, who's on deck, did, hitting a triple her first at bat. So, you know, she's an RBI type place. So, yes, Dossi could be a 1 or 9 hitter and does her job.
Inside pitch for a ball. Dossi, as you said, does her job, draws the base on balls, puts ICC with 2 on and 2 out here in the bottom of the second. ICC flips the lineup over, back to the top. Victoria Fields, she struck a leadoff triple back in the first and later scored on when A.B. Marler drove her in.
And it's kind of interesting looking at the defensive lineup here for the Bucks. Left fielder is really shallow. Center and right fielder playing deep after that triple.
Fields takes one high for ball 1.
After hitting that hard ground ball through the infield, if she does the same thing on the left side, with as shallow as the left fielder's playing, it's going to get to the wall as well. But, yeah, these are high-stress pitches for Beasley right now with another run in scoring position.
So the 1-0 count to Fields. She watches one just drift off to the left side. 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah,
2 outs here in the bottom of the second with ICC threatening with runners on first and second.
Hearing a little talk from the Bucks fan, I'm going to tell you that one was really close. The umpire, they all have their different motions they do, but he's kind of moving a little bit back there, I'm noticing. He's kind of leaning with the pitches.
2-0 pitch. Fields swings through that one. So now the count 2 balls and 1 strike here with 2 outs.
That's a nice 2-0 swing right there and a pitch. She had a good swing at it, but the pitch was just a little bit better for her to hit. But she's still ahead in the count.
Fields steps back in the box. Watches one back on the outside corner, similar to that second pitch that the visiting crowd didn't like. So now a 3-1 count. Fields really has an opportunity here to look for a pitch that she can drive like she did in the first inning.
I don't know if he's calling that up or if he's calling it out. Their catcher's trying to get some clarification on it.
That one Fields thought would be another ball in the same spot, but this time he calls it a strike, runs the count full.
I heard Shelton State coach say the same thing I said a few times during my career, the same spot as the last 2, and how's that a strike in the other 2? But, hey, yes, the runner's in motion.
Full count with 2 outs. That one drifts high, and that is ball 4. ICC now with the bases loaded. Anytime we have the bases loaded, we talk about our friends at Max Home here in Fulton and in Sulligent, Alabama. If you're looking, they are hiring. If you're looking for some opportunities, make sure you check out maxhome.com. This is going to bring out the Shelton State coach to have a visit with her team at the circle. We'll take a quick break and come back right after this. Welcome back to action here after a quick mound visit with the pitcher and the infield. No changes. This is going to be up Skylar Partlow, the right fielder for ICC, with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Real opportunity for the freshman here to add to ICC's 2-0 lead and break this one open.
Skylar has 7 RBIs on the young season.
That pitch, low one on the outside, but called for a strike. So consistently inconsistent is what our friend Adam Gore likes to say, and that's kind of what we're seeing here from this umpire in game 1.
It is. Both ways, that's by far the worst ball that's been called a strike.
The 0-1 pitch. She swings through one. She swings out of the box there.
Yeah,
so
I think if she had made contact with it, she would have been out of the box. That was a change-up right there, and I'm telling you, for slap hitters, that's the hardest pitch to hit because they're all about timing as they're running up towards the pitcher. So 2 strikes, she's got a battle.
So bases full of Indians. 0-2 count with 2 outs. She makes just a piece of that one as she moves forward, fouls it back into the net, keeps the count. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. ICC threatening with the bases loaded, up 2-0 over Shelton State Bucks.
Early in the game, but this could be a big part of the game right here, this 2-strike count to Partlow.
That one low and much further outside, so safely called a ball there. 1 ball and 2 strikes now the count to Partlow.
Looking for those insurance runs right here if we can get them.
Yeah, Brandon Poland will be glad to see some of those insurance runs come in.
Yes, sir.
The 1-2 pitch. Partlow chops this one. She got a chance to beat this one out. Second baseman is going to pick it up, throw it in, and gets it in time. So the 4-3 put out of Partlow, and ICC unable to capitalize on a bases-loaded situation. We'll take a break and come right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We move to the top of the 3rd inning. ICC leading 2-0 over the visiting Shelton State Bucks. This inning brought to you by our friends at Metro Ford in Tupelo. Visit them at metroford.com. Ramsey Montgomery still in the circle for ICC. She has 5 Renaissance Bank strikeouts on the day so far. She'll face the number 9 batter, Ari Shorter, the designated player.
Not only does Ramsey have 5 strikeouts, she caught the pop-up to end the top of the second inning, so she has all 6 outs so far for her defense. And we do have a defensive change. Looked like Partlow took a tough little tumble there, hustling down that first base line, and we've got a new.
And that's going to be an infield single. Shands tries to dive for it. Snell is able to get it, backhand it, throw it over, but Shorter showing a lot of speed getting down that line, so she gets a leadoff single for the Bucks.
She was flying down that line, and that's what you want from your 9-hole hitter. You know, like we said, second leadoff hitter. Now you're back to the top of the lineup and seeing if you can have that big inning and get back in this game right here.
Flips the line up to the top. This is Bradshaw. She had a little blooper down the left base line that no one could get to for a leadoff single in the top of the first. She shows bunt, pops it back foul. Shantz dives for it but can't quite pull it in. Heck of an effort there by your third baseman for ICC.
I tell you, that's one of the things in softball you don't see as much in baseball is how quick it happens. That ball just barely comes up, and it's right on that line. If it touches her glove on the line in fair territory, even vertical up from that, it's a fair ball, but that was just slightly foul. Yeah, this is where you put a lot of pressure on the Indians defensively right now, the Bucks can.
0-1 pitch. Swings through and misses on that one. So Ramsey Montgomery ahead of Bradshaw. No balls and 2 strikes. No outs and a runner on first here for Shelton in the top of the third inning.
Hunting that first out of the inning for the Indians.
Chops that one back foul into the net. So the count remains no balls and 2 strikes to Bradshaw.
Right here is where it's almost impossible for an umpire with a slap hitter with a ball coming in 60-plus miles an hour. And he's got to watch the ball. He's got to watch the slap hitter and make sure they don't step out of the box. It's you don't have but 2 eyes, Michael. It's hard to do much when all that action is happening right in front of you to see it all.
The 0-2 pitch. Another one chopped foul. This one higher and back over the grandstands on the left side. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes here on Bradshaw, the first baseman for Shelton.
I'm surprised we haven't seen some action over there at first base with their base runner with all that speed she showed getting down the line.
The 0-2 pitch again. This one drifts high and outside for ball 1. Well, she gets down in a sprinter's motion almost there at first, so she's ready to go and she's given the signal.
Yes, I like that. She's 3 for 4 on stolen bases on the season too. Shorter is.
1-2 pitch here from Montgomery. Chops this one. This time Shan's able to catch it on the line as it's going foul. So got a chance earlier. She couldn't snag one in, but great defensive play there by Shan's, the third baseman. Gives ICC the first out of the third inning.
That's a huge out for the Indians right there. Sure don't want that speed from the leadoff hitter getting on with the speed for the number 9 hitter. So this brings up the number 2 hitter.
This is Valentine, the right fielder. She struck out looking in the first inning. That pitch low on the outside for ball 1.
As we mentioned earlier, that was only Valentine's 3rd strikeout, and this is her 13th game on the season. She's got 8 walks, so she sees the strike zone very well early in the season.
1-0 pitch. Shows bunt, chops it down, but it's going to go foul. So they better bring it back. Coach Owens is going to argue that. You called that one, Coach. You know what he's arguing.
Yeah, it came up and hit the bat, but he's claiming that if the bat's out of her hand and it hits it, it can be automatic out. If the ball is in fair territory, it could be fair. But if you had the umpire down the first base line, he'd have a better angle to see it. But he's out behind second base. It's going to be hard for him to see. And when that bat was still in her hand, it went straight down, came right back up and hit her bat. So that's a foul ball. It's just like you swinging it at it and hitting it twice.
Yeah.
On the first and the follow through. So it's just a foul ball, I believe. But hey, worth the argument to come out because you just never know what the umpires might call. And you're always fighting for your team to try to get that call. But
absolutely. Oh, he's going to call her out.
He did get the call.
How do you call that, Coach? Dead ball?
It's going to be a dead ball, and it's going to go to the closest fielder, who will be the catcher. Will get
2
a put
unassisted?
out. Yep, be a 2 unassisted.
So ICC with the overturn of the call there by the umpire being explained to the visiting coach. And
what I'm saying is, to me, not seeing a replay, the bat was still in her hand, so it just bounced back up. That's not a fault to the hitter. If she had let go of the bat, yes. But
and as you said earlier, the umpires can only watch so much. We have an angle. Coach Owens has a different angle. Visiting coach has another angle, so everybody's got to work on what they saw. So 2 outs. This brings up Mitchell, the first baseman. She looks one high and inside for ball one.
Yes,
Mitchell was the second Renaissance Bank strikeout victim of the day for Montgomery back in the second.
Also, we talked about Mitchell's leading the team with 4 home runs and 15 RBIs, so she could tie this game with one swing right here. So Montgomery's going to buckle down and get her with 2 outs.
That pitch does catch the inside corner at the knee to even the count.
And she
Should be 1 ball, 1 strike. I don't think the scoreboard has reset from the last batter. So 1-1 count here with 2 outs.
They just get them in different order up there.
Yeah, there's 2s and 1s. So the 1-1 pitch, same spot. Gets ahead of the batter here. So now with 2 outs and a chance to end the threat, Montgomery up 1 ball and 2 strikes on Mitchell.
With 2 strikes, I would see if Shorter gets in motion right here.
The 1-2 pitch.
Thrown out. Mitchell leads off the next inning.
Outside is just off, but home plate, the home crowd, the dugout, not sure.
That was a tough take for Mitchell because she went 2 hard screwballs inside, then went with a curveball outside. Had her leaning, but it was slightly off the plate.
So the 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. She makes contact, drives out to center field. It's going to go over the head of the center fielder. It's going to be off the wall on the warning track. Ball's going to come in. They're going to send the runner in from first. And with the speed you said that Shorter had, she is able to score on a double from Mitchell.
One of the few mistakes Montgomery's made so far, left that ball up over the plate. And Mitchell, as we said, coming in, we knew she was the one you don't let her beat you. Good thing about that hard hit ball is it stayed in the park. Didn't tie the game. So right now, if you're Indians, you're saying, all right, let's get out of it right here. Just giving up the 1 run. Let's don't give up that crooked number to tie the game.
So with 2 outs, Shelton has cut the lead 2-1 now. This is Ty Williams, the third baseman. She was a strikeout victim to end the first inning, and she looks at ball 1 in the dirt.
Good job by Lynch right there, keeping that ball close to keep the runner at second base. You don't want that runner getting at third base because it takes away your drop ball and, puts a little bit more pressure on your pitcher having a runner at third than at second.
So 1-0 count with 2 outs. Chops, fouls that one in off herself. That's going to be a little bit gingerly. They're going to probably give her a minute to walk that. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike here to Williams.
Yeah, you feel those. Especially, it's not a cold day like it was Sunday and Monday, but it's still cool out there.
But it's not super warm. Temperature's up, but a little bit of wind, barely kind of blowing in from left field. The 1-2 pitch. 1-1 pitch is on the outside. So now 2 balls and a strike.
That was another good pitch. Ramsey's been all around the plate today. She's at least making them make decisions on every pitch. There's no just pure waste pitches, not what we call non-competitive pitches. All of hers have been competitive.
That one low on the outside corner. So that runs it to 3 balls and a strike.
When you come into this game, it's going to be a battle. Both teams are very well coached, very disciplined, very good in the circle, swing the bats well. It's going to be a great day to come out and watch some softball.
So 3-1 pitch, strikes out when Shan's gloves, throws to first base. So the 5-3 putout of Williams ends the threat. But Shelton does score 1 and cuts the lead 2-1 ICC. We'll come back with the bottom of the third just after this. Welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. We move to the bottom of the third inning. ICC ahead so far with a score 2-1 here over the visiting Shelton State Bucks. ICC able to scratch across a run in both the first and second innings. Shelton pushing one across there in the top of the third to cut into the lead. This is going to bring ICC's first baseman, A.B. Marler, to the plate, leading off the ICC half of the third.
Let's see how the Indians respond right here in the bottom of the third.
Pitch outside, ball one to Marler.
Good job getting out of that last inning for the Indians, not just giving up the single run, big two-out hit for Mitchell, the first baseman for Shelton. All we need to do is keep getting base runners.
Ooh. Marler offers at that one. They appeal to first baseman. He's first base umpire. He said she did not break the plane. So now the count.
If you go by her body, she did, but if you go by the bat, she didn't.
The bat's what counts,
not
not that outside shoulder.
Yes, sir.
The 2-0 pitch. She gets a piece of that one, but fouls it back into the netting on the right side.
AB wish she could have that pitch back. That was one that she just barely missed, and that's part of playing a sport that has a round ball and a round bat. It just slides off sometimes, but she had her timing down on that one, just slightly was under it.
So now a 2-1 count to Marler. Swings through and misses on that rise ball. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's a nice pitch for Beasley to come back with. She went 2-0 curveball away. She had a good swing at it, and then she went that rise ball up. Now, one thing Indians need to be is disciplined on the rise ball because he has not give many pitches above the belt.
That one high, but Marler holds off, runs the count full here for ICC's leadoff batter.
We'll give the umpire that. He has been consistent on the ball up. It's not been a strike. So you just got to be disciplined. If you see it at the belt or above, it's not being called so far in the game.
She slices that one just past the shortstop who reaches out for it but can't get it. So Marler with an impressive on-base percentage so far this season adds to it here with a leadoff single in the third.
Yeah, Hallcut was not even direct. That ball was hit so hard. Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner, but good job of barreling the ball up by A.B. Marler.
Yeah, this will be Morgan Green. She will come into pinch run in this situation for ICC. She's been very effective as a pinch runner so far in the season. That does bring up Grayson Snell, your shortstop, to the plate with no outs and 1 on for ICC. Snell grounded out to the first baseman to end the first inning. Looking to redeem herself here and drive across another run. She shows bunt, lays it down perfectly. Pitcher crashes, throws it over to the second baseman covering. So the sack bunt advances Green, the pinch runner, over to second. And anytime we have a sack bunt, we know that's brought to you by our friends at the ICC BSU. They're located right across the street from ICC, and they meet every Monday at 7:07.
Yes, Green has been a great runner for us. She's got 6 stolen bases on the season, but I think Coach Owen wishes she had picked him up a little earlier right there. That third baseman crashed on that bunt, and nobody was covering third. He was really wanting her to go first to third, and you can do that in softball, but she's still in scoring position for the Indians.
There's a high pitch for ball one to Lynch, your catcher. She flew out to left field in her first plate appearance. Now here with only 1 out and a runner in second, looking to see if she can add to ICC's lead. She lifts that one high and back into the stands. That one's going to take a bounce here. I believe our friend, the Lynch's Golden Retriever, is back out here with us again today. I've seen him running around out there, so I believe that gives him an opportunity to chase one down.
Yeah, him and I see Morgan Green's family.
1-1 pitch is driven down the third base line, picks up, gloves to first. So a 5-3 put out erases Lynch, but it does advance Green over to third base.
Now batting number 20, Ella Duhan.
Yeah, that's a good pitch by Beasley right there. With the runner at second base, you want to try to get her to hit the ball on the left side of the field. Good base running by Green, though, to be able to advance even on the throw from a third baseman.
So here's Duhan. She singled and later scored. She lifts this one up and out into that same foul territory. That comes actually off the Oh, impressive play there by the fan as that one comes off the light pole, and he bobbles it but catches it on the second attempt.
We're looking for Duhan right here to match what the Bucks did in the top of the third. One of those 2-out golden hits that Mitchell got for the Bucks in the top half.
The 0-1 pitch to Duhan. That one's out high and outside. Evens the count 1-1. Yeah, Duhan's been really good at the plate over the last basically 3 home stands, and so looking to see if she can continue that, drive in a run here, and claw back the one that we gave away in the top of the third. That curveball in there for strike 2.
It's a nice pitch by Beasley. She's using both sides of the plate, up and down. Just she's as good as advertised, is what I was told by both coaches before the game.
So a 1-2 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. ICC threatening with a runner on third. Beasley trying to get the pitch in from the dugout. She has it now. She delivers. Duhan strikes that one back into the netting on the right side. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Out of the 6 appearances Beasley has on the season, she's got 4 complete games. So they will ride her as long as she can keep them in the game.
1-2 count once again. That one drifts high. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Good battle here by Duhan. You know at some point she's probably going to try to come back inside. It could be right here at 2-2 because she's going away and she's going up. So will she try to sneak one by her?
That one bounces in the field and then hits her.
Yep, that's a hit by pitch. I tell you, she kind of quick pitched her, and I think it messed the pitcher up more than it messed the hitter up. She got the – I thought the umpire was going to stop play right there because Duhan had not looked up, and she'd already started her motion, but I think she tricked herself a little bit and it slipped out of her hand and hit her on the bounce, and that's a hit by pitch in softball.
Well, that may be the first time I've seen it happen that way, but as our friend Adam Gore says, you come to the ballpark, you see something new every time. There's a swing and a miss by Ann Thomas Luke, the DP for ICC. She has an opportunity for some RBI here with 2 outs, runners on first and third. That one drifts high and outside. Snap throw back to third. Not in time, but Duhan is able to steal second on the motion.
Yes, that's a 7th stolen base on the season for Duhan. I was expecting her to be in motion. That gives Ann Thomas a chance right here to drive 2 Indians in.
So a 1-1 pitch to the freshman for ICC. She slaps this one high to right. Unfortunately, it's going to hold up. Right fielder drifts over underneath it and catches it for the 3rd out. So ICC with a couple of base runners unable to add to their lead here in the bottom of the 3rd. We'll take a second and come right back. Welcome back to the field, ladies and gentlemen. We move to the top of the 4th inning. ICC still ahead of Shelton State by a score of 2-1. Ramsey Montgomery still in the circle for your ICC Indians. She'll face Layla Watkins, the left fielder. She struck her out in her first appearance to lead off the 2nd.
Two-one pitchers duel through the first 3 innings here, Michael.
That pitch. A lot of nice movement on there outside corner gets her for strike 1. As Coach was saying during the break, we got a great crowd that's come out today, a very vocal section here in the right corner. We appreciate them, and we appreciate everyone who's watching at home. That one inside for strike 2. And we also welcome those who are watching in on behalf of our visitors from Shelton State. We welcome you in this afternoon.
Most definitely. This softball just keeps growing year in, year out. We see it on the NCAA level and the professional level and even on the JUCO level.
She looks at an outside pitch. I can't get my sides right, Coach. Anyway, catches her looking for her 2nd strikeout of the day, and Ramsey Montgomery's 6th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game.
Well, Michael, I can tell you one thing. Inside, outside, up, down, it all goes the same. It's a strikeout looking, and we'll take everyone we can get.
This brings up Will Banks, the second baseman. She had a single back in the 2nd inning that she drove down the left field line.
Yes.
She takes the first pitch for ball 1.
That's exactly the response you wanted from Ramsey after they scored in the top of the 3rd and we didn't score in the bottom of the 3rd. Momentum could have gone into Shelton's dugout, but she got the first out with strikeout.
And she is hitting that corner with regularity now. Evens that count 1 ball, 1 strike here on Will Banks. That ball low and gets away from Lynch, but with nobody on, no damage done. Runs the count 2 balls and 1 strikes here with 1 out. in the top of the fourth. ICC leading 2-1 over the visiting Shelton State Bucks.
Lynch let that ball go between her legs. I'm glad our U.S. hockey team did not let that happen very often.
Amen.
Winning the gold medal.
That one slapped down the third base line. Almost chance to knock out her own coach, but thankfully everyone's safe there.
Well, she was backed up by Teeter Coleman, I believe, one of our fans that comes out to all of our games. Mr. Danny, he's always here supporting the ladies, and love having him here. He's been with the program for I don't even know how many years. I don't even tell how many years he's been with us.
So a 2-2 count here to Wilbanks. She slaps one back to Montgomery. She picks it up. She can't get it off. But great move there by Snell to back her up and throws the runner out at first.
Yes, that ball tipped off Montgomery's glove. Ramsey just barely got a piece of it. And luckily she did. She ricocheted it just enough to get to Snell, and she made a strong throw across the diamond.
So if you're keeping a score at home like Coach Kirk is here next to me, that's a 1-6-3 put out of Wilbanks. Brings Carly Beth Beasley, the pitcher for Shelton State, to the plate. She struck out in her first plate appearance of the day. She looks at strike one on the outside corner.
In these type of games, no matter how good your team is, you can always use a little bit of luck as well, Michael, as you're going through them to get you an out here or there or to get a base runner. You'll take it any way you can.
And once again in that corner that Montgomery is working very well this inning. She gets ahead of Beasley, 0-2.
I'm sure the people watching at home can see that tight break on that curveball away from those hitters right now. She's got it moving.
That one just outside. Can't get her to chase there. Not a bad spot to Mitch. Not a bad spot to miss if you've got ahead of a batter 0-2.
I think our fans liked it now. Our students over here, they're getting
liked
excited. They're
it,
cheering, and they want a punch out right here. That's what they're looking forward to.
So now the 1-2 pitch. This time gets you to swing and a miss to 2 Renaissance Bank strikeouts in that inning, runs Montgomery to 7. We'll take a break and come back after this. Welcome back to the field, ladies and gentlemen. We move to the bottom of the fourth inning. ICC up to bat, leading 2-1 over Shelton. I want to give a shout-out, Coach. I know our friends at the ICC bookstore. They have all our ICC softball, baseball, and other games on the air. On the TVs there in the bookstore. If you go in to get Starbucks or some ICC apparel, I believe Mr. Lee Adams said they got some ICC softball shirts on sale for $7.99 this week. So get in there. You can even go online, Coach, and get you some gear.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I was talking to Mr. Lee last week, and he said a lot of people still didn't realize we had a Starbucks on campus, which is hard to believe, but yes, we do. That'd be a great place to go between games. Get your coffee fix in and get on back out here. We'll have about a 30-minute break, and if you're out there listening, come on out and join us. We got a lot of stuff going on campus with the softball games today, high school basketball games tonight.
Shands picks one, lifts it up, but it just drops into the glove of the first baseman. So that's the first out of the inning.
That's I don't know if Shands is not picking up the ball real well. That's 2 that she's hit right off the end of the bat. She hit the little squibbler to the second baseman that she missed, and then that one just when she gets hold of one, we'll know it. She ain't caught the barrel yet, but hopefully she will for long.
Absolutely. That's going to bring up Elena Dawsey, your center fielder, to bat. She walked back in the second inning, eventually advanced to second where she was stranded there.
Yes, Dawsey increased her base on balls team leading from 8. She's got 9 now in the young season, just in our 19th game.
So she looks at a 1-0 count. That one catches the outside corner. to even the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. ICC leading 2-1 over the visiting Shelton State Buccaneers. The 1-1 pitch to Dawsey. She slaps that one right over the shortstop into short, shallow center. So that is the second time for Dawsey to reach base today. She leaves a 1-out single.
That is a clean single as you get from a slap hitter. And, yes, we know she has tremendous speed, and it brings Fields up, who already has an extra base hit on the game to lead off for us with a triple. So puts a lot of pressure on the Bucks right here of how are they going to defend Fields, who has speed at the plate and can hit, and then a speedster at first base in Dawsey. She's moving.
First pitch outside is ball. Throw down. Calls her out. I'm not sure she held it in. She drops the ball there, but it may be too late so she's going to be called out. Caught stealing.
I agree. I don't know that the ball stayed in her glove on the slide. It was already bobbling while we were sliding, and from the angle the umpire is, he's standing behind it a little bit and kind of got blocked. I'm surprised he didn't come in there a little bit tighter to make sure. Usually you see when they tag, they'll show you the ball real quick to let you know they held on. But regardless, big play for the Bucks. They get the first
second out of the inning.
Oh, second out. Yes, Sands got out. That's right. So that's a big out right there. They had another runner in scoring position, and the Indians have done a good job today of keeping pressure on Beasley with runners on, which are stressful pitches having people on. But need to find a way for Fields to get on here as a leadoff hitter with 2 outs.
1-1 count to Fields. That on the outside. Oh, I got it. So that first one was called a strike before the attempted base stealing.
Oh,
so
really? It was up and away.
I thought
he must have got blocked by it.
Yeah, I never saw that being called. So that's a strikeout looking, the second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Beasley. So ICC in a non-traditional 1-2-3 going down there. We'll take a break and come back with the top of the 5th. Welcome back to the field, ladies and gentlemen. We move to the top of the 5th inning. ICC still leading 2-1 over Shelton State. This inning brought to you by our friends at Little Caesars in downtown Fulton. This is Hokett, shortstop. She popped out to the pitcher to end the 2nd inning. Her first plate appearance, she takes ball 1 to lead off in the 5th.
Telling you, through 4 innings, like we just said, after through 3, it's been as advertised. These pitchers are pounding the zone. Offense have had chances to score, but we're in a 2-1 tight game.
Hockett lifts that one out to right field. Hodom's going to move over a little bit and catches underneath that one easy. So the first out recorded for Shelton here in the top of the 5th.
That was Hodom's first attempt to make a defensive play as she came in for Partlow a couple innings ago.
When we come back around to the 5th, we'll see if she's going to be batting that spot. But for Shelton, this brings up Ari Shorter. She singled to lead off the 3rd and later scored the only run of the game so far for Shelton. She makes a motion but does not cross the bat across, so takes ball 1 on the inside.
Bucks want the same thing as she did last time, find a way to get on base before these top 3 hitters in their lineup. Indians, of course, want the opposite.
Ramsey delivers that one a little bit low, appeals down. He says he's not. He kind of says, I don't think she did. He wasn't very definitive there, but he says she doesn't go around.
Part of that is that she's left-handed, and he wishes he had an umpire at 3rd because that'd be more their call, but he's the only one that can appeal to it. If it's not called by the home plate umpire, there's no way he could call it.
She slaps this one foul back up and over the left side of the grandstands here. Should run the count to 2 balls and 1 strike.
As I mentioned last inning, we do have a lot of activities going on here on campus tonight. We have high school basketball in the Davis Event Center. Adam Gore will be on the call through the not through our National Federation of High School website. Will be carrying those games with the playoff quarterfinals in high school. You got local teams in it: Oklahoma, Blue Mountain, Wheeler, West Union, Ingomar, Biggersville, Ingomar, Cone City.
All right, fantastic lineup there. So that ball low and inside pushes the count 3-1 against Shorter. She slaps this one to center field, and that running grab there by Dawsey, she's able to correct. Had her played more to the left, but able to come back and get underneath that one. So a quick 2 outs here in the 5th by Shelton State.
Yes, Dawsey, good job. As you see where she's positioned right now is the same way she was on Shorter. As you play a little opposite field on slappers, and she covered a lot of ground.
Springs around Bradshaw, the center fielder. She reached on a 1-out blooper down the left field line and later fouled out in third base territory. She watches one go to the outside for ball 1. So we've seen Bradshaw basically put 2 balls in the same area. One got lucky and kind of stayed fair. Other one caught foul. So we'll see if they can maintain that third base line against her. Swings at that one. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yes, you got to watch this left field line, and I see Fields is shading the line. Shands is on the line at third base.
So 1-1 count with 2 outs. That one low and inside. Catches the dirt for second ball.
Enjoying listening to the vocal crowd cheering on the Indians today.
We are grateful. And folks still coming out. You got time to join us for half of game 1 and also game 2 this afternoon. 2-1 pitch. Slaps that one. Drifts out. Here comes. Oh, but
good communication right
there.
there.
Good work as Victoria Fields is able to call off Dawsey. And so that's 3 fly balls to erase the 5th inning for Shelton. We'll take a break and come back with the ICC half of the 5th. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We move to the bottom half of the 5th. ICC still clinging to a 2-1 lead over the visiting Shelton State Bucks. This is going to bring up who we got, Coach, batting in this spot.
Be Neely Hodum, who came in to play defense for Partlow after she stumbled going over first base. We hope nothing serious with that injury, just maybe precautionary, as we're heading into conference play a week from Saturday. So
right.
Hodum's a sophomore up for the Indians.
Her first plate appearance of the day, she looks at strike 1 to start it off, swings and misses on a off-speed pitch outside. So Hodum, like you said, in as a defensive substitution, and now at the plate is quickly behind 0-2 here in the bottom half of the 5th.
Neely's got a double on the season and 3 RBIs.
That one drifts up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Sophomore from Walnut, Mississippi.
I wonder, is she from Walnut or is she from Cleveland?
She's from Walnut.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta get specific when you get up there. People care about that.
They do care about that.
That one drifts high and inside. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Hodum.
We do have an update in baseball. ICC is up 12-8 over Northwest right now in the middle of the 7th inning.
Hodum lifts this one out. It's going to go back. It's going to be a perfect opportunity for our 4-legged Lynch friend to grab a snag fly ball there and brag it in. He does. He brings it back in. So count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls and 2 strikes with no outs here to Hodum.
That baseball score update is brought to you by Renaissance Bank.
Swing and a miss on the outside for Hodum. She becomes the 3rd Renaissance Bank strikeout victim of the day for Beasley.
Now, batting number
These pitchers have really settled down. We have not had any runs scored since the top of the third inning. There's a lot of zeros on that scoreboard right now, Michael.
Well, here's somebody who can change that with one swing of the bat. A.B. Marler, she's 1 for 2 on the day with a single and an RBI. She gets a piece of that one, but lifts it back up into the netting on the right side.
Marler being back up to bat means that Morgan Green is out of the game, who ran for her last at bat when she had the hard single that went by the shortstop. She had trouble reacting to. We hope she hits one on the barrel like that this time. Maybe it'll get up in the air and carry.
The 0-1 pitch. That one bounces on the outside. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike to A.B.
As you said earlier, the wind is still blowing in a little bit, but not like it was last Thursday we were here and
absolutely
or
not.
Sunday and Monday of this week. But it's just changing off and on.
She gets an inside pitch that she fouls back straight over the ICC Alumni Foundation broadcasting booth. As soon as you say that, Coach, the wind picks up just a little. It is blowing straight into home plate from left field from the scoreboard. So for power hitters, that's going to come into play. The 1-2 pitch, up and away. She's able to hold off on that one. AB does have very good plate discipline. That's why you see her leading so many categories such as extra base hits and on-base percentage.
Yes, for a power hitter to have more base on balls and strikes outs is impressive.
So 2-2 pitch. That one drifts away again, looking but holding off by AB there. Runs the count full. Good battle here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. ICC looking to add to their 2-1 lead over the visitors from Shelton State. That went with a motion, but just can't drop down into the zone. So a full count walk issued to A.B. Marler, her second time to reach base today.
That was respecting her power right there to go with a 3-2 changeup. Not try to challenge her in or out. She went with soft stuff.
Third walk of the day issued by Beasley to the Indians. This brings up Snell. She lifts one deep right, shallow right. Right fielder comes in, throws it in, but not in time to try to catch Marler. So that's a quick 1-pitch fly out to right field for Snell.
Valentine has covered some ground out there in right field. She's covered that was more towards the gap, and she's already made a couple of plays towards the right field foul line.
So with 2 outs and a runner on first, ICC trying to add to the lead. Here comes Kaylin Lynch, the catcher. She looks at strike 1 on the outside corner.
Union's trying to get that 2-out rally going right here. We've left some runners on base. We're at 5 right now so far through the first 4 frames of batting.
Coach Owens is going to definitely want to see that number change. This one's
Get up.
driven high and left.
Get up.
It's going to go back. It's going to go back, and it is out. A 2-run home run for Kaylin Lynch, your catcher. ICC now adds their lead and increases it from 2-1 to 4-1.
That is Lynch's first home run of the season, and that would be her first of her career as the ICC Indian.
Well, congratulations to Kaylin Lynch. And that was really a no-doubter, and the wind had died, Coach. We were just talking about in the top half of the inning how it was blowing in. It had died, and it did not affect her ball in any way. Drove it deep out to left.
That's one of those, what we describe as a 2-out golden hit right there. And as we've said throughout this lineup, even though that's Lynch's first home run of the season, that we have power. We can score at any time, and that's how it is, getting a 2-out rally right there. That's one of the importance of that walk was for AB getting on base, just finding base runners.
So here's Duhan, the second baseman at the plate. She is technically 0 for 1 today with a single and a run scored. She was also hit by a pitch and stole a base. She's been very active so far. She looks at the first pitch on the outside for a strike. Slices this one out to right field, but unfortunately that's going to drop right into the glove of the right fielder. So ICC able to capitalize on the base on ball and then the 2-run homer by Kaylin Lynch to give ICC a 4-1 lead moving into the top of the 6th. We'll take a break and come right back. Welcome back to the field, ladies and gentlemen. We move to the top of the 6th inning. ICC increases their lead in the bottom of the 5th with a 2-run towering home run by Kaylin Lynch to give ICC a couple of insurance runs. And anytime you think about insurance, think about Itawamba County State Farm insurance agent Brandon Poland.
Got the meat of the order coming up for the Bucks. It'll be 2, 3, 4. Is that correct?
Indeed. This is Valentine, the right fielder. She looks at strike one on the outside. She was a strikeout victim in the first inning, and then an interesting play in the third where she was called out on a dead ball that bounced off the ground and then hit her bat, and she was called out there.
So big inning for the Bucks and the Indians right here as you have 2, 3, 4. So these hitters know as we're getting later in the game, it's a 4-1 lead by the Indians. This could be the last at bat for some of them with only 6 outs to go to make up the difference for the Bucks.
That pitch low and away, evens count 1 ball and 1 strike to Valentine. She slices one down the right field line. It's going to stay fair. Duhan and Hodem go over there to converge, get the ball back in. But that's going to be a leadoff single in the 6th for Shelton. This 6th inning brought to you by our friends at Guarantee Bank in Fulton.
That's just hitting them where they're not. We saw that leading off the game for them going the other way, and that one's down the right field. So that brings up their power hitter, Mitchell.
Mitchell 1 for 2 on the day. Strikeout and an RBI double in the 3rd.
That's the start the Bucks want.
That pitch stays just away for ball 1. Yeah, exactly what ICC does not want a repeat of the last time when she was able to drive in a run from second on that double to the wall.
Yep, ICC outfield's playing extremely deep right here.
The 0-1 pitch catches the corner. Evens the count 1 ball and 1 strike to Mitchell.
And 4 home runs and 15 RBIs. They know the scouting report, Coach Owens and them, that they're going to try to hold her to a single right here. Good thing with extending the lead to 3 is even if she hits 1, you're still ahead if she hits a home run.
That pitch still trying to work the outside corner. Home plate crowd very vocal wanting that strike, but home plate umpire says 2 balls and 1 strike.
That's why it's vital to increase the lead for the Indians. That was close.
The 2-1 pitch slices that one back into your living room. Thankfully caught by the net, so Coach Kirk doesn't have to grab that one through the window here. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. No outs or runner on first for Shelton as they try to push across some more runs and cut into this lead that ICC now has 4-1. The 2-2 pitch. She gets a hold of this one, drives it out. Center fielder's running over. Fantastic catch on the run by Dawsey. She's going to throw in. Runner gets back to first in time, but we have seen some really good center field play by the freshman today.
That's outstanding. She's trying to get a little early vote for next year for a What a Play Wednesday right there with that play. I mean, she covered some ground, and let me tell you, as an outfielder and you're running, we're very fortunate here to have the warning track, and she got all the way to that warning track and ran it down because if that ball lands and she don't run it down, the runner at first is getting a third, maybe even scoring off that.
So Coach Owens going to come out, have a quick chat with his catcher and pitcher, make sure they know where they want to be with this next batter coming up to bat. This is Williams, the third baseman. She's struck out to end the first inning and then grounded out to third base to end the 3rd.
She has 2 home runs on the season. That's just a tremendous play by Dawsey again. And that's what you want behind you. You know, Montgomery, she strikes out a lot of hitters. We talked about leading the country and all that. But at times you got to have that defense to step up for you right there. And that is a game-changing play right there with the rally that the Bucks had going.
You named it, Coach. So many times you look at pitcher stats and think, oh, man, they're fantastic. You don't see the silent stat, which is the 8 players behind them backing them up. So with 1 out and a runner on first, Montgomery will face Williams here. Top of the 6th, ICC leading 4-1 over Shelton State. Williams lifts this one high and into left. Snell's going to go over and play it, catch it in foul territory. So not sure what Coach Owens called there at the circle, but it works for a 1-pitch foul out and gets the 2nd out of the inning.
I tell you what, when that ball was hit, Fields thought she had a chance for it, and that wind grabbed a hold of that and brought it all the way back to Snell. She did a good job getting over the foul line and getting under it.
So up to the plate comes Watkins. She has 2 strikeouts on the day, 1 swinging and 1 looking.
We could use another Renaissance Bank strikeout right here to finish off the 6th inning.
Absolutely, and she swings the first one on the outside. So Ramsey Montgomery thinking the same thing you are, Coach.
You can see a little pep in the step from the Indians, too. Dugout's excited, the fans are excited, and you see the defenders out there. Every pitch, they're engaged.
That pitch low and away. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
As a coach, that's exactly what you want. You want them engaged every pitch because, you know, this game's tough. You're hunting those 21 outs, and the Indians are down to where they only got to get 4 more right now to finish this game out.
1-1 pitch, slices off the end of the bat, catches Lynch in the mask, I'm afraid, so they'll give her a second. But the count's going to run to 1 ball, 2 strikes on Watkins.
Not everybody can get back there behind that plate and catch these 60-plus mile-an-hour fastballs or different pitches she throws, and you got somebody swinging the bat next to you, and then you got somebody standing over you.
Can't be claustrophobic back
you
there.
Better
can
not.
Coach?
Yes, you better like being in tight spaces and a lot of action going on. Got to have nerves of steel, as we say.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out with a runner on first for Shelton. Ramsey Montgomery looking to put away this 6th inning threat. She makes contact, going to lift this out to right field. A diving effort by Hodem, but she can't get it off her glove.
Comes a runner. Oh.
Dawsey is able to back her up, throws it in, but the runner is held at third. So that's going to be a 2-out single for Watkins. It's going to, as we said, it's going to move Valentine over to third, give Shelton State an opportunity to threaten here. 2 outs, but runners on first and third, and brings up Wilbanks to the plate. She has a single back in the 2nd inning, and then grounded out in a untraditional 1-6-3 put out in the 4th.
I'll tell you what, excellent job there by Watkins battling with 2 strikes. She's had trouble with those curveballs all day, and she stayed on that one, hit it opposite field.
So Montgomery delivers. Pitch inside, catches her for strike 1.
Valentine's around the bases there. I think Coach is trying to send her. She's going to try to make us make a play. I think she stopped herself a little bit there and took her eye off the Coach, but we'll take it. First third, this does bring up the potential tying run to the plate for the Bucks.
0-1 pitch. Slices one down the third base, but foul. Big break there for the Indians. Had that one stayed fair, would have been trouble. Would have been at least 1 run, maybe an opportunity to push the second one. But instead it goes to no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. ICC leading 4-1, but Shelton State threatening to cut into that lead with runners on first and third.
That's that same ball she hit fair in her first at bat, I believe, down at third base line. It got all the way down to the corner.
So the 0-2 pitch to Wilbanks. Can't get her to chase on the outside. Not a bad spot to miss there. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Even with 2 outs and 2 strikes right here, you just never know with Watkins over there with good speed at first base, first and third, they might try to steal a run on you, so you got to be able to defend it as the Indians.
The 1-2 pitch. Makes contacts. Drifts out. Nobody can get to that one as it lands in the ICC bullpen. The count stays 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Good hustle by the Indians. I tell you what, on that last defensive play, too, good hustle by Neely Hodem. That ball just went right off the edge of her glove. Man, she laid out. She did what we call the Superman. I thought she was going to pull it in, but just needed a bigger glove or a longer arm.
And likewise, that Dawsey was there to back her up. So the 1-2 pitch. Makes contact, drives it right into the glove of Snell at shortstop. So ICC able to get the 3rd out, leave those runners stranded at first and third. We'll move to the bottom half of the 6th. ICC leading 4-1 over Shelton State. Welcome back to the action, ladies and gentlemen. ICC moves to their half of the 6th inning. They've got a 4-1 lead over visiting Shelton State Bucks, and they're looking to add to that. This will bring Ann Thomas Luke, your designated player to the plate. She's 0 for 2 on the day, looking to get on base for the first time. She slices one foul into the net for strike one. Carolee Beth Beasley still in the circle for Shelton. She's gone the distance so far. She's got 3 strikeouts and 3 walks on the day. Luke drives that one back foul as well into the net for strike 2.
Michael, I do have a runs-up bank score update from RICC baseball. Playing at Northwest Day drops a heartbreaker 14-12, but that is a non-conference game, so we'll have better luck when we face them in the MACCC.
Yeah, I've got to pray for that now. That ball away, and Luke looks at that one to run the count 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Coach Owens wanting to extend that lead at 1 more is what you like to have. 4-1 lead is what any baseball, softball coach is looking for. That means a grand slam will only tie you by the other team.
That ball low and in the dirt. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Need to find a way to get on base right here for Ann Thomas.
The 2-2 pitch. She gets just a piece of that one, keeps her at bat alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That was a walk-off grand slam by Northwest.
Oh, my
bottom
goodness.
of 7th.
The 2-2 pitch. And that one freezes Luke for strike 3. 4th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Beasley.
Big strikeout for Beasley to start off the top of the 6th.
Taylor Shands.
That'll bring Taylor Shands, your third baseman, to the plate. She's 0 for 2 on the day. Did reach on an error and eventually advanced to third where she was stranded. That was back in the 2nd inning. She swings the first pitch on the outside and falls behind 0-1.
Yeah, Shands has been off just a little bit, but we know the power she has. She can put one on the board just one swing.
She looks at strike 2 on the outside corner, so she's quickly behind here 0-2.
Beasley has pitched her tough.
She has. Shands was an RBI machine back on Monday in the 2 games against the visitors here. Gets a piece of that one on the outside. Beasley trying to catch her on the outside once again, but Shands able to stay alive by fouling that one back off into the net.
Yeah, those RBIs she picked up earlier in the week pushed her to 19 on the season, which leads the team now.
That one drifts high. Good eye by Shands. Evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Union's just trying to find a base runner any way they can.
She makes contact. This one lifts way too high. Center fielder is going to come over and catch under that one. So a fly out to center erases Shands for the 2nd out of the inning.
Now batting number 1.
Good job by Beasley coming right here, giving her, not letting the Indians extend the lead after getting 2 on the home run in the bottom of the 5th. She's coming out here, got the first 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th.
Here comes Dawsey, your center fielder. She's reached base twice today. She's reached on a walk and a single. She looks at strike 1 on the outside corner. Beasley, as you said, Beasley not really affected by, some of these runs that she's given up. She's come back and attacking these batters. She looks pretty strong here late in the game. Slicing foul into the net, protecting the visiting dugout. Runs the count, no balls and 2 strikes to Dawsey.
Thankful for that net right there. It's all about safety and protection, and these dugouts are closer than you have in baseball just because the field's a little bit smaller, and those balls come off that bat really fast.
So 2 outs and nobody on base for the Indians. 0-2 pitch. That one away and off. The umpire shows the visitors where he felt that ball finished. So a 1-2 count now to Dawsey.
That's a tough pitch to take. Beasley has been very impressive today.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the outside corner gets Beasley her 5th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. ICC goes down 1-2-3 in the 6th. We'll move to the top of the 7th with ICC up 4-1, looking to see if they can close this out and get the victory in Game 1. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We move to the top of the 7th inning. This inning brought to you by our friends at Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works. ICC up 4-1 over the visiting Shelton State Bucks. Ramsey Montgomery in the circle, looking if she can close this out for the victory in Game 1. She gets a foul tip for strike 1 against Beasley, who has been in the circle for Shelton and has been strong in her own right. But Montgomery will face the 7, 8, 9 batters here, looking if she can get 3 quick outs.
Montgomery going for her 6th complete game of the season.
The 0-1 pitch. Catches the corner for strike 2. Beasley, the pitcher for Shelton, has 2 strikeouts at the plate today. So Montgomery is seeing if she can get her 3 for 3 here with an 0-2 count. That one out and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
She has been around that plate all day. She just puts a lot of pressure on hitters, how she pounds the strike zone. Ramsey's doing an excellent job today.
So the 1-2 pitch. She makes contact, fouls that one to the net here. Keeps the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No outs and nobody on here for Shelton in the top of the 7th.
Shelton was, they were showing that they had a chance to score there in the top of the 6th, and we were able to get out of that. We want a quick inning right here. 3-run cushion to play with, but don't want much excitement here in the top of the 7th.
1-2 pitch. Up and gets her to chase one moving there. Gives Ramsey her 8th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day and the 3rd strikeout of the opposing pitcher, Beasley.
She did not help her cause today. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here coming in for Hallcutt.
Who you got there, Coach? What's the number you got,
I have
Coach?
not seen the number yet. I'm waiting on her to take a practice swing. Let's see. Number 1,
McWilliams.
McWilliams.
She's batting.
She's leading the team, batting .583 on the season. Limited at bats, but she does have 7 hits and 2 home runs, 4 RBIs.
She'll come in with 1 out and nobody on here in the top of the 7th. She looks at inside pitch for strike 1. Well, if there's someone that's got those kind of numbers, that's who you want to bring in here in this situation where you're running out of time.
Exactly. You need a base runner, 2 base runners, and you bring the potential time run to the plate.
Gets her to swing on the outside, changes directions, and quickly gets McWilliams behind 0-2. Crowd getting fired up and excited here as ICC's looking to put this one away. The 0-2 pitch. That one a little bit low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
A lot of excitement at the ballpark, Michael. I hear that dugout's getting louder and louder over there for the Indians.
1-2 pitch on the corner, just not there. Umpire says it's off. Just a slight motion to say it's away. Evens a count to the pinch batter, McWilliams. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It didn't miss by much, that's for sure.
The 2-2 pitch. She slaps this one into left field. A diving effort out there by Fields. Can't quite get under it. Once the ball's picked up and thrown in, that's going to allow McWilliams to go all the way to second. So a 1-out double here in the top of the 7th. Gets Shelton State what they need, a runner in scoring position and a chance to cut back into this lead.
They're going to bring it, switch back in. Hallcutt's going to go and run in that position. But, yes, McWilliams gave them exactly what they wanted. And that's a tough play. Fields laid out for it, trying to make a great play there to get the second out of the inning. Just got away from her just enough for McWilliams to extend it to second base.
So 1 out with a runner on second. This brings up Shorter, the designated player. She's 1 for 2 on the day with a single, a run scored, and a flyout. She slaps that one, slices it into the foul territory on the third base side. Good to see Mr. Jim Ingram out here at the ballpark today, supporting his ICC Indians. Here to catch this exciting end of Game 1.
Mr. Jim's getting ready to join Adam Gore tomorrow night as we'll have men's and women's basketball here hosting home starting at 5:30. It'll be sophomore night. So check them out on Let's Go ICC TV Red Channel. Same thing you're on today. Just tune back in at 5:30 tomorrow night for exciting action. We'll talk more in Game 2 about the basketball teams.
So 0-1 pitch to Shorter. She moves on that one, but it doesn't matter. Strike on the corner for strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. A runner on second for Shelton. ICC up 4-1, trying to close this game out here in the top of the 7th. Montgomery ready, delivers. That one inside, runs a count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. I will say these Shelton batters, even though they've had 8 strikeouts, they've shown a lot of plate discipline. They don't chase too many.
They are. They're a tough out. Ramsey she racks up a lot of strikeouts, but they are some battlers for sure.
The 1-2 pitch, slices it right between third and short. They're going to throw it into third, not in time to catch the runner. So that's a 1-out single for Shorter, her second single of the day, and that will advance Hokut, the runner, over to third base.
Perfectly placed ball right between the shortstop and the third baseman, just where you see those slappers hit a lot of times, and as we said, just what the Bucks want. Brings up the potential tying run to the plate. That's all you can ask for if you're Coach Griffin.
And that will bring the top of the lineup with Layla Bradshaw. She's 1 for 3 on the day. A foul out, a fly out, and a bloop single where she led off the game in top of the first. 1 out, runners on first and third for Shelton, threatening here. This one sliced out to center. That's going to drop in the gap, as you said, between center and right. They can pick it up, throw it in. They're going to get 1. They're going to run a second run around as well. Not going to get that in time. So a 1-out double from Layla Bradshaw, and suddenly we have a whole new ball game, Coach.
That was yes, exciting. Now you got the tying run down at second base, and you got their best hitters coming up 2-3. I mean, this is all Coach Griffin could ask for, is to have opportunities, and her lineup has done it. Pinch hitter got on base for McWilliams, and then boom, 9-1, hit hard line drives right where you want them to do it. And I mean, they've got something cooking right here. That is their 9th hit of the day too. They battled. They've had strikeouts like you said, but they put together some good at bats, some hits.
All these extra base hits today brought to you by our friends at Metro Ford in Tupelo. Let them help you as you get ready to buy your next vehicle. So now ICC's lead is cut 4-3 here in the top of the 7th. Still only 1 out, a runner on second, and this brings up Anna Valentine. She's 1 for 3 on the day with a single, a strikeout, and a dead ball violation. She takes ball 1 on the outside.
We know the Indians want to go get her right here because that leaves Mitchell, their top hitter in a lot of offensive categories, on deck. She's already had a big RBI for the first run they got in the 3rd inning.
The 0-1 pitch doesn't catch the corner that Montgomery wants, so she has fallen behind this batter, 2 balls and no strikes.
Montgomery can battle. I have on my stat sheet no walks on the day. She's always been around the zone. If she can get this hitter, I wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Owens put Mitchell on first base. You have first base open, so it's a big battle right here.
That one drifts high. She falls behind 3 balls and no strikes.
We wouldn't expect anything else, Michael. You know, we talked about it before the game started. These are 2 really good teams, going to be battles. You know, we have a 4-1 lead. We're holding on right here. Just what you expect between these 2 teams.
So 3-0 pitch. Let's see if she has a green light to swing. That one low and in the dirt. So she walks her on 4 straight balls. So first and second with 1 out for the most dangerous hitter on the Bucks team.
Yeah, Coach Owens going to come out and talk to her. That's not what you want right here. Indians got themselves in a little pickle right now. As we kept talking about the potential tying run at the plate, now you got go-ahead run on first base, and you got the second go-ahead run at home plate with their leading home run hitter who's already hit one deep to center field. So this is it's getting a little nerve-wracking on coaches. That's why I have so much gray hair in this hole on top of my head with no hair left, anything. But, hey, that's what makes it fun. Everybody's out here to watch the entertainment, to see them battle. This is making both teams better to get ready for conference play, which is about to kick off. So, yeah, we'll see our Indians find a way to get out of this right here. So
they break up the meeting at the circle. Coach Owens returns the dugout. Infield returns their positions. So let's reset everything for you. Top of the 7th, ICC up 4-3. Shelton has cut into the lead with 2 runs so far this inning. Only 1 out. And runners on first and second with one of their most dangerous hitters, Chloe Mitchell, up to bat. Mitchell is 1 for 3 on the day, but she does have an RBI double. She takes the first pitch inside for strike one.
Seems like Ramsey's been ahead of her all day. She got that early strikeout, then she hit the double over center field. And if you remember last inning, she hit that ball deep in right center field that Dawson made a great play on. So she's barreled up 2 balls her last 2 at-bats, and they've been with 2 strikes each.
A 1 count. Slices this one out to right field. This one may have a chance, and this one is going to bounce off the wall, be fair, and it's going to bring in some runs. They may have a chance to catch a runner, but Snell's not looking. He called that a home run?
The home plate umpire just called it a fair ball. The one in the field's calling a home run.
How do you call that a home run? It didn't leave the field.
I got blocked a little bit by the pole, but the way it reacted so hard off of it, I thought it might have hit the white, which if it did hit the white pole, it's a home run, and I don't see.
I lost it for the light pole here on the right side of the ICC bullpen. Our
coaches are not coming out. But
so now AB's going to try to argue that someone got ahead of someone else in the base path.
That they crossed each other first.
Yeah,
I know the Mitchell hit the ball that she was celebrating for a home run coming around, but the other 2 runners were not sure, and our defenders were not getting the ball to home plate. So I was kind of confused right there. The home plate umpire never made a call except fair ball, so he was playing it out. But the umpire in the field, which is kind of unusual that they did not go talk to each other and make sure what each one of them saw. But that goes down as a 3-run homer, and this has been a 5-run inning for the Bucks. Have exploded in the top of the 7th inning with only 1 out.
There's a ball in the dirt to Ty Williams, the third baseman, excuse me. So we talked all day about how dangerous Mitchell could be, and there she does. She makes the Indians pay with a 3-run home run, gives Shelton a 6-4 lead in the top of the 7th. Williams slices that one back into the netting, protecting her dugout, and she's now looking at a 1-1 count.
That's scary right there. I'm going to tell you, that ball was hit really hard. But, yeah, Mitchell, I mean, kudos to her. That's 3 at-bats in a row she's found barrels. She hit one over center field. She hit one to right center. So she just keeps going further to right till that was all the way down the line, and the wind was pushing it, and undoubtedly it hit the white fair foul pole. If he hits it, it's fair.
Slices out in third. Shands picks it up, gloves, and fires across to a stretched-out Marlar and gets the 2nd out of the inning to put away Williams.
Much needed out right there for the Indians. You know, now we're down 2 runs, came into the inning being up 3, giving up 5 so far, but this game's a long way from being over. Just want to hold them right where they're at.
So that brings Watkins to the plate. She's 1 for 3. She's got a single and a pair of strikeouts on the day. She slices one, picks it up, lifts up over into the stands. A couple guys just miss getting a noggin buster there. So 0-1 goes the count on Watkins.
That's the 4th hit of the inning. That gets him up to 10 hits on the day.
The 0-1 pitch starts to offer, but holds off. Runs the count 1 ball and 1 strike.
Another thing the Indians need to see, you know, we've had so many strikeouts, hadn't had to make a whole lot of plays that, you know, every game's been different, and it's just getting ready for conference play right here, see how we battle back.
The 1-1 pitch on the inside corner for strike 2. So Montgomery trying to stay sharp here after that 3-run homer that she gave up to Mitchell. Gets a ground out and is looking to put away the final out of the 7th to Watkins. That one a little low on the inside. Evens the count at a pair of balls and a pair of strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Shelton now ahead, 6-4 over ICC. Gets a piece of that one, but it cuts foul. Remains the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Looks like Shelton's getting some action in their bullpen, too, warming somebody up. Could be for if anything happens in the 7th, they're just now starting to warm up, or it could be the game 2 pitcher just starting to warm up a little bit.
You're never quite sure in the latter innings. So 2-2 pitch. She connects on this one, lifts it high. Snell is going to call off Shan. She comes deep in. The wind caught that one. It's going to come off her glove. And everything falling apart for ICC. And then a throw in. She goes over the bag, but yet he says she get back in safe.
That was a great slide by Watkins and great hustle right there. You wouldn't see many kids hit a pop-up that doesn't land about 15 feet from home plate to go all the way from home to third on that right there. That is –
what you going to call there, Coach?
Sadly, that's probably going to end up being a hit. I mean, it's a tough play. You need one of the corner infielders to come take that ball, but she was running in. It barely went off her glove, and she was hustling. So we're going to give a hit on that as well. So that'll be the 11th hit. with another runner in scoring position with 2 outs. So Lynch got to be tough right here. That'll be a learning moment right there for Coach Owens and them to talk about. They should get out of that inning right there, make that play.
So 1 ball, no strikes. That one away as well. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Shelton already scored 5 here in the top of the 7th, looking to add to it with a runner on third. This is Wilbanks, the second baseman. She's 1 for 3 on the day, a single, a ground out, and a line out. She connects, lifts one out to right. Hodom's going to move and just drift under it. And ICC finally able to find that 3rd out of the 7th inning, but not before Shelton does a lot of damage, puts 5 on the board, and takes a 6-4 lead over ICC into the bottom of the 7th. We'll come right back after this. Welcome to the bottom of the 7th. ICC looking to find some magic. They give up 5 in the top of the 7th, and so now they find themselves down 2 runs, trailing 6-4 to the visitors from Shelton State. ICC going to come to the plate with the top of their lineup. This is going to be Fields, Hodom, and Marlar. Fields is 1 for 3 on the day. She led off this game back in the first with a triple that she later scored on. She's 2 for 3. She has a strikeout and drew a walk as well.
If you're Coach Owens, you're down 2 runs, bottom 7th inning. This is what you want, top of your lineup.
She swings big and misses one on the outside corner for strike 1.
Got to have base runners. You know, anytime we get 1 base runner on, we bring the potential tying run to the plate.
So Fields takes a second. She gets back in the box. She looks to face the 0-1 pitch from Beasley. That one high. Holds off on that. Evens the count. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Beasley has been really good today.
If she could replicate her triple from earlier, that would be huge for the Indians. She watches one on the outside corner. Called a strike there. Coach Owens talking, not to the umpire, talking to his batter and encouraging her.
Yeah, that
He
one's
is
been
very
off
vocal,
the plate. That's
very
been off
vocal.
the plate all day right there. I'll agree with him, and I think most everybody that's been here all day will agree. But it happens. You got to battle through it.
Pitch on the outside. That one stays away.
Same place.
Yeah.
As you say, consistently inconsistent, but
So
got to battle.
Run that count 2-2. To Fields, your leadoff batter for ICC here in the 7th, trying to find her base runner, trying to cut back into the lead they gave up. So 2-2 pitch. Fields slices that one back into the net on the left side, keeps the count 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Good battle right here, and this is what you want. Go down swinging, fighting the Indians, find a way, get a runner on, bring a potential tying run to the plate somehow, some way.
Two count here to Fields. She connects with one, is going to lift it out to left, but it's going to cut foul, land just over the visiting bullpen and roll out toward the parking lot. So the count remains 2-2. Battle back and forth here, tight game. Shelton up 6-4, top of the 7th. The 2-2 pitch. She connects. This one's going to stay in the park. Left fielder is going to go into the foul territory, and she's going to make a play. So a running effort there by Watkins will get Victoria Fields to foul out for the first out of the 7th.
Big out for the Bucks right there. Fields was battling. She made a great play. We're going to have a pinch hitter right here.
It's going to be 21, Zoe Goodman. She steps to the plate to bat for Hodem, who stepped in defensively and at the plate for Partlow. So Coach Owens looking to see if he can spark a one-out rally here with the pinch hitter. She looks at strike one on the outside corner.
Zoe comes in hitting .227 on the year with 5 hits, 3 RBIs, 7 walks, 3 strikeouts. So she is tough at the plate of making pitchers throw it in the strike zone.
The 0-1 pitch. Foul tips that one off the end of her bat. She's quickly behind 0-2 here. ICC looking to find some magic. Down 2 in the bottom of the 7th. Pinch batter Goodman with an 0-2 count and 1 out. That one just high for ball 1.
ICC came in with a 12-game winning streak, which was 4th best in the program, tied with the 2018 team. They're trying to find that magic and see if they can extend it right here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
1-2 pitch to Goodman. That one high as well. Beasley can't get that one to come down. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's one thing the umpire has not called today. He's been consistent on anything up has not been a strike. So anything up, you got to leave it there, but you just got to fight.
The 2-2 pitch. She connects on this one. Is going to float it foul out into right field into Golden Retriever territory on the right side. Keeps the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out here. Nobody on base for ICC, looking to come back and try to walk this one off. Down 6-4 in the bottom of the 7th against the visitors from Shelton State. The 2-2 pitch. She connects on this one, floats it up. First baseman is going to call it the second baseman, and that's going to be a pop out to the first baseman for the second out of the inning.
We'd like one of those 2 hitters to get on in front of AB right here, but they did not, so she's got to find a way to get on base. We've got to have one base runner to bring that potential tying run to the plate. So
Marler looking at the last opportunity for ICC with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. She's 1 for 3 on the day, a single, but also an RBI and a walk on the day. She watches one on the outside. A little delayed call there for an outside pitch that he's going to call for strike 1.
I haven't seen
Coach
many of those
Owens
called a strike on that side of the plate.
Calling time to talk to the batter.
We've seen some on the left side of the plate, or as you would say, the right-handed batter's box, but we haven't seen any be called strikes in the left-handed batter's box.
That one was running away from her and ran away the entire time, so not sure how he saw that one call the corner, but he's closer than I am, Coach. So 0-1 count to Marler here, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Beasley sets and delivers. Marler swings through that one for strike 2. A little excitement behind the plate by Landon. So an 0-2 count. ICC down to its last strike here in game 1 against Shelton State.
Yep, AB's got to settle back down and just battle with 2 strikes right here.
2-2 pitch, 0-2 pitch. High, she connects this one, floats it back, but the catcher can't get back in time. Break there for ICC, as there was an opportunity for them to catch her on the pop foul. But count remains no balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th to A.B. Marler. ICC down to their last strike. The 0-2 pitch. Connects on, flies this one back deep, deep, deep toward the tennis courts over our heads here in the ICC Alumni Foundation broadcast booth. So A.B. battling hard here, knowing she's possibly the last opportunity for ICC to remain alive in this game. Looking for a pitch that she can work with. That one floats on the outside. Oh, my goodness, Coach. A called strike 3 looking. Not sure how that one was low enough to be a strike, as it seemed to be way above the numbers there. But that's going to end it for ICC. They'll go down here in game 1 to the visitors, 6-4. We'll take a short break and come back with your Renaissance Bank post-game report. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to your Renaissance Bank post-game report. ICC dropping a heartbreaker there in Game 1 as they led most of the game. Shelton State able to come back with 5 runs in the top of the 7th to take a 6-4 lead, and they hold on to it, getting ICC out 1-2-3 in the 7th. Coach, give us some stats and final lines of the game.
All right. The final line score there, as you said, Shelton did not score in the first 2 innings. The Indians picked up 1 each in the bottom of the first and the bottom of the second to take a 2-1 lead. Shelton State came back and got 1 in the top of the 3rd. And then we got into a pitcher's duel there with nothing in the 4th, nothing in the top of the 5th, and then Lynch hit the big 2-run homer in the bottom of the 5th. Both pitchers went out there, got out of some trouble and some traffic there in the 6th, and then in the top of the 7th, the bats came alive for the Bucks, and they put up 5 runs. So the line score for Shelton State, they had 6 runs, 11 hits, only 1 error. They left 5 on base. For your Indians, they had 4 runs on only 5 hits, 1 error, and 5 left on base as well. So clean play game with only 1 error on both teams. The winning pitcher was Carly Beth Beasley for the Bucks. She went all 7 innings, complete game. She increased her record to 3-3 on the season with a 7-inning complete game, 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Losing pitcher was for the Indians, Ramsey Montgomery. Her record will drop to 6-2 on the season. She went the complete game, 7 innings, 11 hits, 6 runs, all earned. Only the 1 walk there in the 7th inning and 8 Renaissance Bank strikeouts. For Shelton State, they're going into Game 2, their record will increase to 8-5 on the season. For your Indians, they will only drop their 2nd game of the year with 17 victories. And that is your stats brought to you by Sam's Town Market. I think I'm going to Sam's Town. I done brought a cooler after the game. Miss Dana wants me to pick up some stuff for Sam's Town.
I bet Miss Dana does. So, Coach, you can't win them all, but you hate to lose a heartbreaker like that in the 7th inning. But Coach Owens and Coach Munson will gather the team there in the outfield, have some discussions with them, and prepare them to set their minds right and be ready to come back out here for Game 2. So we'll take a short break, be back in about 20 to 30 minutes for Game 2 between ICC and Shelton State.